yesterday, or the day before, on this retreat, the issue came up of the inner war that we have, that we wage with ourselves. The inner division of deciding we like this feeling, we don't like that feeling, we like this thought, we don't like that thought. And we dissected that to a certain extent and shone a light on it, which is very powerful, because it's almost as though that's what we've been trained for, conditioned to. The nature of duality is to divide everything up, and whilst there's a certain functional necessity in this, when we turn that dividingness to ourselves, on the spiritual journey particularly, we quickly discover really that it's not a very useful way of meeting ourselves, So then we decide to try and meet this, try and get rid of this, try and be present, with what arises. But still the war on self persists, the war on ourselves. And there's no way the war can be won. There's no way the war with ourselves can be won. In the same way that really ultimately the way we war against others, either individually or even collectively, can never be won. It's a self-perpetuating momentum, that only creates more of itself. It's like the resistance to what is, the resistance to what is inside, and the resistance to what is outside only perpetuates itself, only maintains more and creates more of itself. So there has to be another way. And the conclusion ultimately that we come to eventually on the spiritual path is to love what arises, whatever it is that arises within. Love that. Whatever dark cloud arises, whatever shame, whatever sorrow, whatever anger, whatever it is that arises, love that. And this is where we're called to a kind of unconditionality. The unconditionality to love whatever it is that arises within us. The unconditionality to meet all weather, all feelings, all emotions, all thoughts with the kind of equanimity of grace, to no longer divide ourselves up, to no longer say, I want this one, but I don't want that one. I will accept this, but I can't accept that. When it comes to within, primarily, the rest of it will come later. But first, the inner. First the inner, then the outer. We all have this capacity. But usually in some way, maybe when we say yes to what we feel, it hurts, or we feel scared, like maybe we feel it's going to kill us if we allow this feeling. And we're so habituated to say no to the way we feel, that's all we know. And so to turn around and say, yes, I welcome you home, is anathema to us. It sort of destroys the resistance, devastates the resistor. Who are we if we end resistance? Who are we if we say yes instead of no, when all we've really known is a life of no, at least on some level? It's powerful. It's a powerful way. It's the way of totality, to meet ourselves and what arises within us with the equanimity of unconditionality, so that then everything that arises within us gets to come home. Everything wants to come home. We've said this before. I say it over and over and over. Everything wants to come home in us. It can't come home anywhere else. It has to come home in us. That's the power we have to welcome it all home. It's like a living Rumi poem, the guest house, welcoming all the guests home. Not measuring them, not banishing them, not casting them out. Just saying yes. Okay, you're welcome here. You're welcome here. And we do that with the inner world. It's so powerful.